Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to talk about a few other things as well. And this is something I should have did a while ago. If you don't follow me on X yet, definitely follow me and I will follow you back. And look for the blue check mark. A lot of people pretend to be me all the time. And I'm more likely to interact with you on X. It's easier to have a back and forth conversation. You can't do that on YouTube. Plus, I'm unfiltered on X as well. And I'm going to start with my own post and explain why I said this. There is no way in hell I am coming out on the wrong side of this. I know what is coming and nobody can convince me otherwise. All the facts line up for a handful of cryptocurrencies. I've been pointing this out since 2022 in video after video, and we are now almost at the finish line. You either see it or you don't. You know, since 2022, I've been showing you a massive network forming around a handful of cryptocurrencies. I kept showing you, look, Ripple partners with this company, but then this company partners with this company and this company, forming a massive network. And all the rails are put in place for XRP. We're just waiting for XRP to go live on those rails. And once that happens, it's going to happen very fast. And if you're not invested at that time, you're going to be left behind. And that's why I said, I'm going to come out on the right side of this. You don't want to be on the wrong side of what comes next. Because you could see it coming together now. The finish line is now in sight. Legal experts think Ripple will lose motion to strike against the SEC. This will allow expert testimony. Just another delay tactic in my opinion. Now I see people saying, look, I told you Ripple was going to lose against the SEC. XRP is going to be a security. That's not even what this is about. This is about how much money Ripple is going to have to pay to the SEC. And they might lose this motion to strike expert materials. That's all this is about. And you know, this case, it could get delayed for a period of time. I still think we are going to have a massive alt season for XRP. We got regulatory clarity for XRP. It's not 2021 anymore. And take a listen to Michael Saylor saying that Ripple's going to be deemed a security.
To be approved. And when Ethereum is not going to be approved, sometime this summer it'll be very clear to everyone that Ethereum is deemed a crypto asset security, not a commodity. After that, you're going to see that Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Ripple, Cardano, everything down the stack is just a crypto asset security unregistered. None of them will ever be wrapped by a spot ETF. None of them will be accepted by Wall Street. None of them will be accepted by mainstream institutional investors as crypto assets.
This guy becomes a bigger clown every time he talks. First off, we got regulatory clarity for XRP. It's not going to be deemed a security. On top of that, I said it multiple times, that ETF bullshit, we don't need it for XRP. XRP has something Bitcoin does not have, and that is utility. And utility is absolutely game-changing. Why doesn't Michael Saylor address this right here? The disclosures in BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF filings say that the price of Bitcoin can be influenced by stablecoins like USDC. BlackRock manages USDC reserves and is an investor in Circle. In other words, Bitcoin's price can be influenced by something BlackRock controls. Like I said, from the day that they were announced, that BlackRock ETF was announced, I said BlackRock is going to manipulate the price of Bitcoin, and that's what we're going to see happen moving forward. Tether's bid to shed controversial past hits a snag in $14 million cocaine paste case featuring USDT. And this is another ticking time bomb for Bitcoin as well. And it looks like Tether is going down. A UN report earlier this year said USDT had become the preferred choice for $17 billion Southeast Asia crime rackets. The dollar-paid cryptocurrency is worth more than $110 billion, according to CoinGecko. Last week, Venezuela state-backed oil company accelerated its use of USDT to skirt new sanctions. At the time, a Tether spokesperson told DL News it would stop sanctioned entities from using the stablecoin. It did not comment specifically on PDVSA's use of USDT. Despite ties to sanctioned companies and drug trade, the stablecoin firm continues to rake in profits. Yeah, keep raking in the profits until Tether goes to zero. You know, the US regulations are pushing Tether out. Tether cannot pass MiCA regulations. The entire world is going to adopt similar regulations. Once that happens, that's the end of Tether. And it's going to take down the price of Bitcoin with it. It's just a matter of time. And this is kind of funny coming from Cryptopia. There is no flip of the switch. Let me clarify what that means. There's no direct switch that magically gets flipped. However, there is $5 trillion plus of volume that can be put into XRP overnight. Therefore, flip of the switch is metaphor for XRP volume going up. I thought he was joking at first, but there's people out there that actually think a physical switch has to get flipped for XRP to take off. What's going to happen is all of a sudden, a massive amount of money is going to pour in to XRP. That's going to be the flip of the switch moment. And it's going to push the price of XRP at a very fast pace. You want to be holding when that happens. And that is what's coming. Now, this I see a problem with. There's something very dark about this. WorldCoin CEO lobbies for iris scanning expansion in Argentina amid privacy concerns. They always target these countries for some reason, and they have to be getting something out of this. WorldCoin expands iris scanning tech in Latin America. Argentina emerges as key market with 500,000 plus iris scans, despite regulatory scrutiny. WorldCoin CEO meets with Argentine authorities to address data protection concerns. Expansion plans include Mexico, with 9 processing centers, amid mixed reception. There's something wrong with this, and I said this back when the people were lined up down the street to get a $10 gift certificate for the mall to get their iris scanned. I don't like the idea of this at all, and something much darker is tied to that. We are going to find out what that is in time. It's gonna happen. JP Morgan waves crypto red flag, urges caution as market teeters on the edge. So what JP Morgan says in this article, right, is that there's enthusiasm is shifting pretty much. And I see that myself, you know, because the market is rough and people are tired of holding for such a long period of time. He's also saying there's institutional hesitation, which I think he's wrong on that. We're starting to see the institutions talk more and more about tokenization all the time. But I do know what they're saying here. They're saying that people are taking caution by getting into crypto because of the volatility. That will always remain, no matter what, until the price takes off. The second the price of these cryptocurrencies take off, you will see so many new investors enter this market day after day. It is going to be a very exciting time, and you want to be here for that when it happens. Now, here's Tim Draper at the Summit 2024. He's saying that a CBDC will not keep printing from happening. Take a listen.
We got this central bank, and that central bank is keeps printing currency for the politicians, and when they print that currency, we suffer because our dollars get to be worth less. Centralization relies on a single entity. That's why I'm a Bitcoiner, and I like some of the other currencies, the Tezos and some of the others, because they're decentralized. But a lot of these currencies are very centralized, and I'm not a big fan because it's the same thing. Now, at least they're digital. And people ask me about, the digital dollar. Let me clue you in. The digital dollar will go the same way as the dollar does.
So he's saying that even once we have the digital dollar, we're still going to have printing of the digital dollar. I don't know if that's true or not, because everything would then be recorded on the blockchain. I think it's going to be a lot different once the digital dollar comes, but time will tell. And, a lot of people could speculate on what's going to happen with the CBDC. A lot of people could speculate on, where these cryptocurrencies are going to go once a CBDC comes into play, but nobody really knows for sure yet. But all the facts that I'm reading on this, it shows that a lot of money is going to be in between XRP and a lot of different countries, meaning XRP and these ISO cryptocurrencies should be skyrocketing in price when that happens. World's richest person, Elon Musk, issues major warning about the US dollar. What he's saying is that if we don't stop spending, that the US dollar is going to continue to lose value as we keep racking up more debt. But back in 2022, when I was first saying this, people kept saying, Rich, you're wrong. It doesn't matter. The dollar's always going to remain strong. But look at the dollar today compared to just 2 years ago. Look at inflation today compared to just 2 years ago. Everything in the United States right now is falling apart in real time. Breaking: Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon explicitly admitted they censored content because they were threatened by the Biden government. So now we know there was censorship going on at these companies. And people talked about this a couple years ago, and people kept denying it. They're not censoring anything. Remember the people that said that? Well, now you actually have proof to back it up. But nobody likes to believe anything until it comes out later. You ever take notice to that? It's just like nobody believes in the price of XRP right now because the price is not moving. The second it starts moving, everybody's going to believe that XRP could get to $100, $1,000, and beyond. It's the same thing that happened with Bitcoin. I remember back when Bitcoin was in the cents, and back then I should have been investing in crypto, but I wasn't. I was one of those people that said, it's magical internet money. But then I got smart over time. Once I started getting it changed everything. I learned patience. I gave up drinking. You give up so many things so that you could invest more money into crypto as well. It's definitely life-changing. And, the money that you pull out of it is also going to be very life-changing. But the things you give up for crypto, it shows you that, once you believe and you see what's coming, it's a game changer. And once the price moves on XRP, everyone will believe what you've been saying all along. U.S. economy only adds 175,000 jobs in April, falling short of predictions by 63,000. Unemployment rate climbs to 3.9%. Let me tell you something right now. That number is much, much higher. The numbers that they give to the mainstream media news are fictional numbers. They're not real. They're numbers that they could sell to the American people. Inflation is actually much higher. And, you know, Fox Business, they just were in a panic mode. Take a listen to what this guy says, though.
The last 2 weeks have been the biggest regulatory assault in American history. We've never seen anything like this. The FTC, the FCC, the Justice Department, antitrust, they're going after Apple, they're going after Google, they're going after virtually any company that's profitable these days. Again, these costs are enormous for American businesses, and at the same time, you have an incumbent president running for re-election, basically telling the American people he's going to give you the biggest tax increase in American history, doubling the capital gains tax, raising the corporate tax rate, raising taxes on unrealized capital gains. This is a disaster for.
Everybody knows that's a disaster. It's just going to push all the wealth out of this country, like I said in yesterday's video. But you know, this country is in rough shape. Paychecks aren't keeping up with inflation. I see more and more people just giving up all the time. You know, they're just beaten down by inflation. And at the same time, the unemployment rate increased as well. And then they add more regulations. You know, when is this going to stop? What we're witnessing, in my opinion, is the Great Reset in real time. Build Back Better was code for the Great Reset. And we're watching it play out right now. But at the end of all of this, we know what comes next. XRP skyrocketing in price. The new financial system is going to roll out at some point. It's just a matter of time. And it just depends on whether you're still going to be here when that happens. But until it does happen, stay patient, stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.